This is Focus with Jack Caudill.
Good evening, I'm Jack Caudill and welcome to this month's edition of Focus. This month we are talking Rapid City Rush Hockey. With us to talk about that is Dave Smith. He is the head coach and general manager, originally from Arthur, Ontario, Canada. Cameron Buhl, he is a forward who hails from South St. Paul, Minnesota. And Xavier Bernard, a defenseman from Sherbrooke, Quebec, Canada. Rapid City Rush's 18th season in Rapid City is underway. As we're recording this, the team is 2-2, heading off to a road trip to Texas to face the Allen Americans. The Rush looking to get back into the ECHL playoffs for the first time since the 21 and 22 season. Thank you guys all for coming up. Coach, we're going to start with you. From what you've seen so far, this squad, looking at the roster, you got 4 games in. What do you see when you look at the team, how they're doing, and the way this is all put together?
Yeah, great to be here, Jack. I think, first, when we look at our guys, we've got a group of guys that want to be together. They want to do special things, and the motivation to have success here in Rapid City is very high. It starts with Ryan Wagner, but as a group, it's very high. On the ice, the skill is especially in our forward group. We have a lot of depth. We have a lot of players that have been good players in this league, and I think we should be able to put the puck in the net.
How have they played so far? You got 4 games in. Are you happy with what you've seen to this point on the ice?
As a coach, first we look for attitude and effort, and we've had that every night. They really, as a group, want to bring an A+ effort and attitude. You're not always going to have the execution every single night, and we've had a couple quiet moments, but overall I've been very happy with the effort and the interest in being great, that they show up every day trying to do their best.
Cameron Buhl, in his first season with the Rapid City Rush, as you look at the team for what you've seen through 4 games, what do you see when you look at this squad?
Well, like Coach said, I think it's a lot of guys who have played in this league that love each other and want to do the best for Rapid City as a whole. So I think through 4 games we've had some highs, had some lows, but mostly highs, and we're ready to keep it going.
How about the way things are coming together? You don't have a long preseason to get this thing all to gel. How are the guys coming together that quick?
Yeah, it's always tough at the start of the year, especially in professional hockey. It's a short window, but I think we do a great job of getting together, all the guys and wives and everyone together, and we gel very well. I think the locker room is a special place, and it's something that we've proven that once you come together, it's going to show results on the ice.
Xavier Bernard, also in your first year here in Rapid City, what do you see through 4 games of this team that we've got for this season?
Yeah, I've been around. It's my 5th year pro, and it's my first year in Rapid City. I think we have a great coaching staff, great players, and I think just the owner are great too. So here, I've been around, like I said before, and it's just a great place to play, a great place to play, and I'm just really happy to be here.
What does it take? How tough is it to get the guys to play together that quick and everybody be on the same page out there?
Yeah, I think without preseason game is a little bit different, but I feel like with all the guys and all the leadership group, the coaches, we had just great practice, and with 4 games in, I think we have a pretty good group, and it takes some time to get where we want to get, but I think we're going to get there really soon.
Coach, this is also your first season in Rapid City. You coached 27 seasons in college hockey at the Division I level. What made you decide at that point, after that many years in college hockey, that you want to jump up to the pro game?
I really loved pro hockey when I played it, maybe before these guys were born, but the immediacy and the urgency in pro hockey is really special. It's perform today, be good today, do right things today so that tomorrow can be good. In college, I'd been there a long time, and we had set our sights on pro a number of years ago, and this just seemed like the right place at the right time for my wife and I.
So how is the pro game the same as the college game, and how is it different, or is it just hockey's hockey?
Well, hockey's hockey. What you have in professional hockey is guys that want to make a living. They want to play in the National Hockey League. We're in one of the best top 5 leagues in the world, and these guys are professionals. They're the best of the best. And in college, sometimes the learning curve and the teaching happens a lot more often and is needed a little bit more. Our guys, you tell them once and they get it. they understand it, so you can really accelerate learning and sharing of ideas with guys that also have great ideas about how the game can be played.
Do you coach pro players differently than you coach college players?
I think that's where hockey is hockey, but with men, it's a little bit different. Some of these guys have wives and children, and they're treating their hockey career as a special piece of their life, not just an additional piece of their life. Where in college it might be academics and hockey. This is hockey, and they need to bring their best every day. So I don't need to worry about what they're having for dinner or what they're having for breakfast, because they're professionals and they take care of themselves so they can perform on game night.
The game on the ice, is that the same?
It is the game, just higher talent. I mean, like I said, this is one of the best leagues in the world. It's still forecheck, backcheck, and do those parts of the game that are necessary for success. But it's done at a very high level, and really the narrow scope of each player's role, that's one thing that pro hockey has. In college, you might put a skilled player into a different role while he waits for his turn. Here, it's really square peg in a square hole right from the start.
Cameron Buhl, you played your college hockey at St. Louis University. This is your third year in the ECHL, your first in Rapid City. As you see it, how different is the college game, and what changes now that you're at the pro level?
Yeah, I think there's obviously the skill level is different. Everyone can skate, pass, shoot, score. In college, like Coach was saying, sometimes you got to worry about some of the younger guys and what their habits look like off the rink. But for the most part, I'd say everyone understands what it takes to be successful, to keep moving up, to get to the National Hockey League. So it's a small, but also at the same time, big difference in the way that you prepare and understand the game.
How's your game developing from when you were playing college to now? Where are you going from here?
I think the biggest aspect is learning how to play every single night. In college, you only play Fridays and Saturdays. In professional, you might have 3 games a week, maybe sometimes 4. So it's understanding of what I need to do away from the rink to be successful when I come to the rink, and just understanding that in professional hockey, you're not going to have it every night. You got to find what makes you successful in the little details of the game, and then from there build out and see what the night holds.
What's your impressions of Rapid City so far?
I love it. My wife and I love it. We really like the small town vibes. Reminds us of where we went to college, so we are loving it here, and we hope to be here for a long time.
Xavier Bernard, drafted by the New Jersey Devils back in 2018. You're now in your 5th season playing pro hockey. How do you see that change from that younger days to now you're getting paid now? This is your job now.
Yeah, I think it's the best adjustment. It's the best job ever. So I'm really lucky to play hockey for a living. So yeah, it's been a while. I remember when I was 18 getting drafted. It's been 7 years now, and I changed. I think I grew a lot since that. As a person, as a player too, and I think I'm just gonna keep getting better and grow every day and just go just the day-to-day job.
How's your game evolved and grown during that time, from playing amateur hockey to pro hockey?
Yeah, I think pro hockey and major junior is really different. You play against growing men, and you play against guys that are 30 years old. So I think you just need to play your game and not do too much. But when I was younger, you're a bit smarter and everything. I remember my first year pro, so it was a bit different. I was just trying to find your pro game, because for sure your junior game is never going to be the same as your pro game. So I think I did a pretty good job for that. Just switch a little bit my game to more like a defensive game, and I can bring some offense as well. So, and I think I did a pretty good job for that.
All right, we go. And what is your impressions of Rapid City?
It's been great. I think it's a small city, but we have great fan here, and the 2 last game at home were great, and just it's really nice to have the support from all the fans.
All right, we got to take a break. We'll continue our look at Rapid City Rush hockey when we continue with this month's edition of Focus. I'm Jack Caudill. Welcome back to this month's edition of Focus, talking Rapid City Rush hockey and their 18th season here in Rapid City. Cameron Buhl is a forward in his first season with the Rapid City Rush. What is life like in the ECHL? What kind of schedule? What kind of lifestyle is it playing pro hockey at this level?
Yeah, it's one that you can find a lot of time away from the rink, but it's mostly learning how to be a professional. You know, depending on the week, depends how many games you have, but there's a lot of practice time, in the gym a lot, but understanding who you are as a person is mostly the biggest aspect, because you will have a lot of downtime, and the habits that you pick up and you learn how to be a professional with are the biggest.
Now, you talk about learn to be a professional. How key is that to moving up the ladder, be able to have that discipline to do the kind of things you got to do day after day?
It's got to be one of the biggest factors that is a part of your life if you want to move up. I think you see a lot of players who have a lot of skill, a lot of talent, but if they don't have the off-ice discipline or the habits that you need to move up, you'll never make it.
What do you do with your time off?
I like to play with my dog. I go for walks, spend time with the wife. You know, we like to stay busy in the Black Hills and kind of see what Rapid City has to offer.
Xavier Bernard is a defenseman, also in his first season here in Rapid City. How do you look at what is the lifestyle like playing pro hockey?
The lifestyle is like pretty good. Like Cameron said, we have a lot of time, so I think it's important to take care of your body and take care of your mind too. I think the mental game for hockey players is huge, and sometimes some guys are not taking care of that much for that part. So I think like for me, I'm doing a bachelor in finance, so I'm doing school sometime, and after that I really like to cook, so just cooking good food, and after that just taking care of my body, and that's pretty much it.
How much do you guys have to push the young guys, teach the young guys what this stuff takes, this routine?
Yeah, I think like most of the guys are pretty smart with it. So some guys, like, you need to show a little bit the way, but I think most of the guys are pretty good to it, and they're like understand what their lifestyle can do to your body. And most time guys are like pretty good with it, and they just know what to do a good time. And sometimes some guys like something like that I'm gonna do not gonna work for some guys, and something that I'm gonna do gonna work for some guys. So I think everybody's different, and like every guy need to find like their own path.
What do you do in your time off away from the ice?
Like I said before, I'm doing school right now, so I'm doing a little bit of school, and after that, like, I really like to just enjoy a little show on Netflix or go for some walk here in Rapids. It's pretty nice here with all the like the Black Hills and everything. So yeah.
Coach Dave Smith, when I've asked other previous coaches and GM what they do with their time off, they've all said, "What time off would that be?" Are you in that same boat?
Yes and no. I mean, we also enjoy the Black Hills. I mean, most recently we went to the Crazy Horse Monument. It was spectacular. You know, especially trying to capitalize on any time off. I mean, our days, we don't have the physical demands that the players do, where our output on a game night is more mental. So our rest is very different than theirs. They need to literally turn their bodies off, where we're planning and preparing for them to work. So we do get out and enjoy downtown. My wife and I live downtown, so we really hit a lot of nice restaurants and coffee shops down there, which we enjoy, but get out into the Black Hills whenever we can.
Now, before your 27 years of coaching, you played 6 years of minor league hockey. How have the conditions changed from back when you played to what these guys have got?
Well, Jack, I'd be lying if I said that we were better back then, but it was definitely different. The guys now are so fast, so strong on their skates. The pace of play is spectacular now. The way the game is refereed is significantly different. You used to your stick was a weapon to play the game in my era, and now it's a tool to make them actually better hockey players. And I think there's less characters in the game because of it, in terms of what they're allowed to do on the ice and even off the ice with the advances in technology and awareness of what happens to your body. So it's the same sport, but it's drastically different.
No Hanson brothers today.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness.
Now, you're also the GM. What's your philosophy when you are putting a roster together for a season?
You know, I think I used the phrase before, a square peg in a square hole. And, you know, if we can have 2 top lines and we can have a 3rd line that is a real identity line, you know, play the right way, and a 4th line that brings some energy and attitude to your team, at least up front, I think all of a sudden, you know, you got to find the right guys that are willing to buy into a team first philosophy. So when we're, you know, building our roster, we are looking for guys that are team first, they're positive, and they want to be the best that they can be. And that's where everything starts. And then, you know, you put guys in spots, you talk with them about expectations, and then let them play.
Cameron, looking ahead, what are your aspirations for a hockey career?
I would say just moving up. You know, everyone wants to get to the National Hockey League, and that's the end goal. And I think being here in Rapid City is the best chance that a lot of us will have to make that dream a goal.
What do you do here that gets you noticed to move up a level?
Well, I think it's having the details in your game. I think every time you move up, it's a new challenge. So being good with the puck, having a full 200-foot game, understanding the systems that you're playing in and reading off of other players, and just being smart with the puck is what gets you noticed. And then obviously, if you're playing professional hockey, you're pretty skilled, so letting that skill shine through as well.
Xavier, what are your aspirations? What do you see in the future for your hockey career?
Yeah, for sure. Like Cameron said, is for sure playing more game in the AHL. I think I play, it's my 5th year. I think I have around like 100 games. So for me, just to keep getting better, grow every day, and just be the best player I can be.
What do you think gets you noticed?
I think for sure it's like just be hard to play against, and just skating with the puck and doing like good breakouts. And I think that's pretty much my biggest value as a player.
From the coaching side, what are scouts and teams looking for from these guys here to decide who moves up the chain?
You know, I think just filling their bucket in each moment, right? If the play requires physicality, that they know what tool to play and how to play it at that moment. If it requires them to beat a guy one-on-one, that they do that in that moment, and they don't get outside and nothing is uncomfortable to them. So just executing what is expected of them so everybody on our team can be predictable together.
What is your job as a coach? Is your job to teach them that and move them up? Is that a goal for a coach here?
100%. And when any of our guys advance, it's something that the Rapid City organization and us as coaches and their teammates, we want to celebrate it. We actually talked about it today in the locker room. We want to celebrate those moments because they all want to win games while they're here, but they all want to move up. So it's 100% our job to help each of them accomplish their individual goals and all of us to accomplish our team goals.
All right, we got to take another break. We'll finish our look at Rapid City Rush hockey when we continue with this month's edition of Focus. I'm Jack Caudill. Welcome back to this month's edition of Focus, talking Rapid City Rush hockey. Xavier Bernard is a defenseman in his first year with the Rush. Xavier, a pro hockey season is a long grind, tough on the mind, tough on the body. How do you survive that and keep yourself strong and going through all of that?
Yeah, I think that's a great point, but I think for me, it's just go like just a day-to-day, you know? So just go every day at the rink and do my stuff. So it's a practice day. I'm just going to go practice and try to get 1% better every day. And after that, the other day, I'm just going to see what happened the next day. And for a hockey player, it's really important that you don't think like too far ahead. And I think that's probably like the biggest point I'm going to like do this year.
How do you fight through the physical aches and pains that come with a long season?
Yeah, that's a huge part of the game. So I seriously just take care of my body and just make sure my body is able to do his job every day. And when I go to the rink, I'm gonna feel like the best way I can. And just with Justin, we have a great therapist here. So just talk to him, and when like something is bothering me, just go see him and see what he can do something better, or if I can change something, or just yeah.
Cameron Buhl is a forward, also in his first season with the Rush. Cameron, what is your philosophy behind keeping your body healthy and strong and fighting your way through a long season?
It is a long season, which is quite a switch from college, which you learn fast. But I think the most important part is being mentally strong. 72 games is a lot on your body, but I think for every time you come into the rink, that it's more of a challenge to get through it mentally. And I think the easiest part is I use an acronym called WIN, what's important next. So I always am trying to look at the next thing that I can do to make myself successful, whether that's something with my body or working with a mental coach or something physical with our athletic trainer Justin, but something that I can do next that will prepare me for what's coming.
Coach Jay Smith also in his first year with the Rapid City Rush, talking about the mental and the physical part. How much of the mental part is fighting through that through a long season?
For the players or for the coaches?
For the players, for both.
Yeah, I think we have such a good leadership group and guys that have been around, and that relationship between the coaches and the players, represented through a captain and the leadership group. A lot of them know when they need time off. They feel run down, and the spark that you get or the spark that I see as a coach, when they come back after a day off, you can tell that they really capitalized on it and needed it. So the mental side is the first step to being physically prepared. And as long as we work together and the right days off and the right workload on a daily practice basis, because when we get to the games, they bring it. They bring all they've got. And it's important for us to help them manage expectations, because if we ask them to jump, they jump. They're elite athletes. They jump. So it's important that we allow their brain to shut down so their bodies can perform.
One thing that's always been big around here with the Rush Hockey has been community involvement. How important is that with the team, and how does that fit into the whole, what you have going here with the franchise?
I think that cuts both ways in a good way, in that our guys love, and we love being in the community to give back our time and to see our fans happy to interact with us. As we do that, I think the fans benefit, because now when they come to a game, they get to watch a guy like Xavier, a guy like Cam, and they've interacted with them and see that they're wonderful human beings. And now they cheer for them. And our guys hear those cheers, they see those cheers, they feel them. So I think being engaged in the community really benefits both of us, both parties.
How do you look at community involvement? How big of a part is that of your job as a pro hockey player?
Oh, it's huge. They are our #1 supporters. We want to make them happy, and we love being able to interact with people, kids and adults, and just seeing how much joy that we bring to them gives us a giant boost of energy.
How about you? What do you look at community involvement? How do you get out there in the community and do stuff?
Yeah, I think it's great. When I was younger, and I was just looking up with I remember with the Canadian or just pro hockey players, I was looking at them like they were like God. So for me, when I go to do something with kids or just normal fan, I just want to give the best version of me. I just want to help those guys and just give them something to feed them, So for me, I think it's just great to give back to communities, and just it's been great in Rapid here.
All right, Coach, I got 30 seconds. You feel good about where you're at? You feel good about how the season is looking ahead?
I really do feel good. We've got the right pieces. There will be challenges, but if we have and believe in each other, we'll get through all those challenges. And I'm really excited about the first weekend past, but looking ahead for every game.
All right. At least you're flying, not busing to Allen this time.
Yeah, we love to fly. It's the ownership here, Spire Hockey, really treats us well, and flying down to Allen for saves a lot of time and energy and helps the mental and physical part we talked about, Jack.
All right, sounds good. Xavier, Cam, Coach Smith, I want to thank you guys for coming up. Good luck in the season. Thank you for joining us. Hope to see you again the first Sunday night of next month with another edition of Focus.